Hello friends and fellow gamers, MKxJUMP here, and this week DH Games have changed our rewards in Fantasy Factory. And this is really exciting, especially if you're a free-to-play player. There are lots of cool rewards available which we haven't seen before, and that means life just got better for you free-to-play players. Spenders as well can enjoy these rewards too, so it's not just exclusive for our free-to-play brothers, but either way, it does mean that this event becomes a lot more enjoyable for everybody. Before we jump into this week's event, if you need help in Idle Heroes, consider joining us for account reviews on a Tuesday, where I give you one-to-one advice to make sure that your account is in the best place it can be, and to help you with any obstacles or difficulties you're struggling with. Whether it's heroes to build, artifacts to get, or different tweaks that can make your account better, you can get all that advice by joining our Discord. You can find a link in the description below, and signing up for account reviews on a Tuesday. They mainly happen through our Twitch stream, and you can find all information about scheduling in our Discord as well in the account review section. One easy way to get access to the account reviews on a Tuesday is by backing me on Patreon, so click that link in the corner if you're interested in that. Either way, let's go ahead and jump into this week's event for Idle Heroes. Every day for logging in this week, you're going to get yourself 5 sweet lollipops and a profit orb. Would you believe that we've had the Fantasy Factory event now for 40 times? That's kind of crazy. Either way, make sure you log in every day and claim these, because these sweet lollipops are essential for getting huge progress in this week's event. And when you see the new Fantasy Factory rewards, you will definitely appreciate those extra lollipops. Looking at the cool events, you'll see we've got value packages this week. We're back to our usual packs, no deluxe chests this time. We're getting 20 train tickets alongside the usual sweet lollipops, profit orbs, and gems. Potentially, you could go ahead and buy some of these packages with contract story gems. That may be tempting if you need some extra sweet lollipops, but you'll have to see the rewards in Fantasy Factory first before you make that call. Feast packages are another way you can choose to spend money. That's not getting you gems, but you are still getting profit orbs. You're getting some Cores of Transcendence. You get Prism Starry gems thrown in there too, along with extra sweet lollipops. This does get a bit expensive, and is a total of $200 split across all of these, but you are getting fragrant privileges, which you can use alongside your profit orbs this week to get some nice rewards. The top one is getting you access to Destiny materials and monster parts, which could be useful to expand your monster and improve your Destiny heroes. The second level of rewards is getting you chests that contain all the Transcendence heroes in the game so far, as well as a chest that contains Tree of Origin materials. Pretty useful if you're upgrading your heroes. And lastly, the first chest is getting you access to the Deluxe Gift Box, a chest we saw last week that we absolutely adored. It's giving Treasure Train tickets, it's giving access to Monster Train coupons, and more importantly, it has the chance of giving you Pages of Destiny or Radiant Soul Crystals. You can only pick one of these rewards, but these are fantastic, as the Pages of Destiny are going to be really useful during a Pages of Destiny event, which we saw featured this month already. And Radiant Soul Crystals will allow you to get more Awakens to pushing Galas, to get B- and B stones, as well as destroying heroes to get contract story gems back to help you make progress in big events, such as next week's event, which is the Shishi Special event, which is actually a Wishing Coin event. More on that later. Fantasy Factory is here, and it's a place where you can enter in your sweet lollipops by turning them into these shapes and using them to clear away hexagons. Every hexagon you clear is going to get you 4 honey stars, and you can use those honey stars in the exchange store to buy different rewards. When you clear a stage like this by removing all the hexagons, you will get yourself 20 additional honey stars, so try and do this as optimally as possible by clearing away shapes in a clean and optimal fashion. So if you look, I can bring this into the bottom corner down there, and I can rotate this round here and get a nice clear, leaving out this little sticky bit, so hopefully we can get a piece that slots in there nicely. And this super big hexagon looking piece can go in the bottom left corner down here. I tend to stick to the edges and work my way into the middle, just to keep everything nice and grouped together to give me the best ways of placing my shapes. After you do 9 of these stages, you'll also unlock something called the Jigsaw stage, which gives you a problem to solve, and you get an additional, maybe as many as 200, if not more, additional honey stars. In the exchange store, you probably want to be picking up either the cheapest way possible to go through here, or a direction that's going to be optimal for the resources that you need moving forwards. You can pick up 6 Heroic Summon Scrolls here, but that costs 15. Instead, you could go for the ones on the left and the right here, which only cost 10, and that's Gold and Spirit. So if you're looking for a cheap path, try stick to the cheaper stuff. When it comes to these levels below, you'll see there's also an option for Aurora Stars. These are like Honey Stars, but they can be spent either this week or in future Fantasy Factory events. So saving up these is basically a rebate that makes it cheaper. And you also have to purchase 2 times in the previous stage to unlock the next one. So you can basically make your progress cheaper by buying Aurora Stars. It's just over 500 Honey Stars you'll need in total, if you factor in Aurora Star rebates, to get all the way down to level 5 and purchase either the Soulbound Crystals or the Pages of Destiny. And these are the big rewards that free-to-play players have their eyes on, because 10 free Awakens is around 450 to 500 contract story gems on average. And also Pages of Destiny can be really useful for getting sigils, which will make your account stronger. And there's also Page of Destiny events where you need, I think, as many as 100 Pages of Destiny consumed to get big rewards. It does rebate some, so it's more like 75 that you need, but either way, you still need to have a lot of Pages of Destiny to make progress there. This can probably be achieved every time you hit the Jigsaw stage, and that's assuming you choose to use your gems to buy even more sweet lollipops. You might also just want to use your gems to clear additional stages so that you do progress to the Jigsaw stage faster, because it is after every 9 stages. But if it's happening like this, where you're getting into the Jigsaw stages, you're using your Aurora Stars to make progress, it's likely that every other Fantasy Factory event, you will be hitting these additional 10 Awakens, which is a massive boost for free-to-play players and gives you easier ways to get access to contract story gems, which is the most important resource in the game, because it allows you to complete events optimally as a free-to-play player and make a ton of progress. So having more ways to get free Awakens tied up into your account is fantastic, and it's going to make Fantasy Factory really exciting moving forward. So like I said, you can go ahead and purchase some sweet lollipops to get some additional stages cleared. I try to do 4 or 5 stages here this week, and you got to make sure you log in to get those sweet lollipops to do this. Another place that you can get sweet lollipops this week is the Heroic Miracle, and that's going to get you a total of 200, alongside Heroic Summon Scrolls, Prophet Orbs, and even more improved armor. This used to be much lower level armor, now you're getting 5-star and 4-star armor. This is fantastic. You need 3 lights, you need 3 darks, and 5 5-stars in every other faction, and if you do that, you're also getting an Alakita copy thrown in. This includes summons that you can make here in the Compass of Transcendence, so if you've got a lot of cores, you could use those to complete this, and it also includes shard copies that you summon from the bag, so try and keep some 5-stars left over to help you do this. If you're a super duper brand new player, you might even consider going into the Prophet Summon event here. That's going to get you access to a 5-star from each faction and a light and dark at 50 and 60 points. So you might want to push up to 60 points here if you're a newer player, because that can get you much needed light and dark heroes to help you with the Heroic Miracle. That shouldn't become a common issue though, as the more you play, the more access you get to light and dark heroes, and therefore you shouldn't need to do this. It's also a nice way to get 5 soul symbols, which can help you as an earlier player, because you may either want to change some heroes around, maybe you built Garuda as your first E5, or it could just help to save up soul symbols, as you will need them when you finally get to a point of doing the Glory Challenge, where you'll have to destroy lots of heroes after you make them to Tree of Origin 3 and Tree of Origin 5, level 120. All that said, it might just be better to save your Prophet Orb, so don't jump into this too aggressively, as there's nothing special about this week's Prophet Orb event. So if I had the choice, I would not be using my Prophet Orbs this week. The only reason I might consider it is for the Fragrant Garden party, because I have loads and loads and loads of Prophet Orbs, and I was in the mood to get some deluxe gift boxes to give me access to Radiant Soul Crystals and Pages of Destiny. In fact, I think that's the only spending that is remotely worth it this week, spending $30 here and just getting all those rewards. But realistically, there's much better ways you can spend $30 in Idle Heroes. But if you do have, I think it's like 640 Prophet Orbs burning a hole in your pocket, because maybe you have like 1,200 and you're like, geez, man, I got so many. Yeah, you genuinely could consider spending a bit of money just so you can convert that potential into some free Awakens, Pages of Destiny, or even treasure coupons if you needed those. So yeah, a quiet week for spenders, really. I don't think many people are going to be using their Prophet Orbs. Free-to-play players should get very excited about the opportunity to maybe spend their Aurora Gems for big rewards here. Getting access to the Soulbound Crystals is phenomenal. There's even Deific Artifact chests thrown in here. A crazy pack with 100 Space Gems, which free-to-play players might like. But yeah, I don't think there's real much reason for going any lower than stage 5, unless, of course, you have loads of Aurora Gems and you're just like, screw it, I want a Deific Artifact chest, stop me. And I'm like, yeah, cool, respect it, fun. But try lean towards Aurora Stars if you can. As I said with next week's event, this is going to be the Shishi special event, which is going to be amazing. Likely a lot of rewards thrown in for this, so make sure you subscribe to get the full breakdown of next week's event. We're going to have the Wishing Fountain event giving Rogan, which is pretty cool. Our mysterious chests are back. Given the fact that DH Games are reframing events, they may change the mysterious chests. I'm very, very excited if that's the case. But of course, it's going to be a Sky Labyrinth event. It's probably an easy way for us to get stuff. And if you've got any decent number of arena tickets, having access to wishing coins should not be difficult, as you can buy very many for very little. You get them for, I think it's 15 of these coins each is a wishing coin. And you're probably going to need around 2,000 of them, but don't take my word for that yet. We'll need to go and see the event that DH Games throw at us. But it's very likely this is a huge opportunity for people to get huge stuff. So save gems, save wishing coins. You can spend a small number of gems this week, but if you don't have tons, you might want to consider not spending too many gems. It's very easy to spend 7,000 gems, I think it is here in the Fantasy Factory. That might be a little overkill if let's say you've only got 20,000 gems. You probably want to be saving. But yeah, that's this week's event. Fairly quiet, but amazing to see new Fantasy Factory rewards, and I'm very excited for the Shishi event, so make sure you guys subscribe for that. If you've got any predictions about the Shishi event, or you're wondering what you need to save, let us know in the comment section down below. I'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to subscribe, and as always, have an amazing week, and happy idling.